They're counter-guarding each other, so this is not good. Next time I'll just ask them to send the name. Meanwhile, chat, feel free to keep updating me on the progress of the other game. I'd love to know more. I don't yet have a fourth screen to to take care of looking at other things as well. Anyways, Striker here in the blue, going Kronos, and on the other side we got Lara playing as Hades, going for a very quick wall here, going for 2 walls, and a very fast town center start. Double archer range and military academy, and only 1 military academy. What? That is not usual whatsoever. Striker has already picked up the Girdle of Hippolyta relic, and we're gonna be seeing one more. He always goes for the relics with the oracles. This is so good. Scales of Catoblet pass, so his myth units will be, they will have more hack armor, crush armor basically. We're going to be seeing only one only one fortress from Lara, which will be completely open for Striker to take out with Deconstruct. He could also be flooding this, as this is not enough production for a deathmatch game. Lara needs to make like 2 more barracks or something like that. Striker very aggressively pushing forward. He's already got 4 palaces going. He should be starting up either Fire Siphons or Fanatics. But he could also Destroyer Rush, so there's so many options to be had here. Okay, he's going for the Siphon into Infantry combo, with some of them also just making Fanatics, and he's got the 4 military barracks. He's gonna be auto-queuing archers, as it looks like. Lara with the archery range side build, but it's gonna be found by the Oracle. Great play by Striker. This fortress might finish. I'd rather see punching through this. If Striker could punch through that, that would be great. He can just deconstruct the fortress if he keeps some line of sight on it. This should be very easy to break through with double Siphon. But since Lara has started the town center so early, I think he might just get it, which would be great. Second fortress in production by Lara. Deconstruction going down. And, you know, if a single Siphon gets sent this way, that would be great. Striker can also start working on securing this, maybe even walling it off and just starting to build the town center itself. But he's going to be on 2 TCs, 3 TCs any second, actually. Lara gets his second one secured. What an intense game to start off with. Striker's early game, however, hasn't been that good. And all these military buildings are now going to help Lara out by sustaining this flood. It's a lot of hoplites. I would have expected to see a bunch of Hippospis from Lara, but the double Chimera is doing a lot of work. Striker has 0 heroes to deal with it. He didn't use Valor. He didn't convert any manually, and that will definitely hurt him in the long term. Lara also making another fortress immediately. He does know how this works. Striker making the extra passes back home and just time shifting them forward. That makes it a bit safer for that villager, I guess, and he gets shit done from a distance. And then he can also just decide not to time shift it if he should need it in the back here. I would like Striker to have some defenses on the back TC, as obviously this is more than secure enough. And he's been doing really good on the front now, pushing this back under the cover of building fire. Lara is actually gonna have to be struggling soon, but Striker has currently exhausted a lot more economy than Lara has, so we could be looking at a huge timing with Underworld, which should be ready to go any moment. We'll be seeing 2 Helipolis coming out soon. There's 2 Chimeras left. Striker doing a really good job of actually having enough heroes now, so he should be able to manage this just fine. One of the Chimeras might go down here if Lara doesn't retreat properly. The pathing is a bit wonky, and the fortress gets killed. Only a single Helipolis remains. Striker, meanwhile, assaulting the other base with a bunch of destroyer heroes who regenerate really, really well, and they have very high stats anyway. Chaos is being used. Oh, that's not the best. I mean, Striker would have needed to hit the Chimera. Really, that's your goal with that, I think. And I'm having a bit of a tough time believing that Lara doesn't want to have any gas graffitis. It just helps you so much when you can also cover that town center, uh, making sure that it doesn't get up. Okay, the destroyers are now here, so Striker should be ready to go with the Vortex, and he is. This TC should be going down, and Striker should be free to grab this TC. Should Lara go back home? He doesn't even try, though, and just resigns. GG is called. We're going into game 2. The kill cut has been in favor of Lara, for sure, and, oh god, here we go. Oh! I'm not even gonna. And here we go. Game 2 begins on Tundra again. Thanks, random maps. We haven't seen any of the special maps so far. Anyway, Lara is Zeus this time around. He's starting off again with the super quick wall. And we got Striker pushing forward with the villagers already. So this is going to be something pretty aggressive. We got a Hermes pick from Lara. If he micros the centaurs pretty much perfectly, that could go a long way. He doesn't want to make the armories with that many villagers, though definitely only want to keep 2 on the armory to get an efficient Greek build order. Just like Striker does, he's actually really good at this build. He needs to make extra Cyclops, however. That's one of the main strong points of Hades. Okay, his workers are going to be found, so he's definitely going to have to stop building one of these buildings. I think these 5 in the back will finish, but this front one will be denied. His heroes appear to be out of position, so you know what, Lara might go away with 2 kills here. Very nice micro so far. We should be seeing another centaur join the fray, and he's making some Hippicons to help as well with the raiding, who've got some extra damage now on themselves. Okay, that's the 2nd kill so far. Sorry, there have been already 2. That's the 3rd kill. Lara is demolishing these. Oh my goodness, the Manticore shot also hits them. That's gonna take them even further down. And this Jason should be able to kill at least 1 more of the villagers. He might be able to even do another. Striker needed to move these villagers. Man, he's losing 6 of them. That's insane. He is gonna have Pestilence, however. So, because Lara hasn't built in a way that counters that, he could be in a lot of trouble, and Gas Graffitis will also be on the field, helping out with all this. These raiders have found absolutely nothing. Oh, they're gonna actually turn around and find another villager. That's crazy. Wow, 8 villagers have been killed by Lara's early game. The Black Lotus is getting picked up by Striker. Doesn't have a deconstruct now to deal with all these buildings. And actually, that might now be enough to somewhat at least counter Pestilence when it hits, which should be momentarily. We're after 2 minutes 30, then the second god powers usually start showing up. Words are difficult. Oh, actually, Striker has gone for Hephaestus. That's weird. He's gonna have a really tough time to build anything with only so few workers in the game. Okay, oh, Lara's only left with 3 production buildings, so that might be a big problem, especially as his current population count is really, really low. If Striker can rally on top of these buildings right now and start murdering them, that could go a really long way. Lara also does not have a town center under construction, whereas Striker does, but here comes Bellerophon, and if well microed, all of these villagers could go down. Of course, Striker should garrison into the fortress here, which should protect the villagers. And he's making many, many more, so that's good. He's got this covered. The other relic is Odin's Spear. Both players would want to pick that up, as hoplites are a really nice frontline unit in this matchup. Lara down to like 70 population at one point. Of course, pops out units immediately as soon as Pestilence expired. So that's nice. Kill-wise so far, Lara is actually ahead. Mostly thanks to the way he was killing the workers in the early game. And Bellerophon is still hanging out. Probably stabbed another worker there. 13 have gone down for Striker, but Lara has also lost a substantial amount. 8 villagers have gone down there. Whoever does Underworld first has potential also to do a lot of damage. And now all these rallying units spawn right on top of Striker's Toxotes. So if he can get a bunch of more out, that would be great. Looks like a ceasefire will be cast to allow him to repopulate basically, and these villagers might be able, definitely will be able actually, with 7 of them, to finish this. But Striker is also going to have a second TC, and if he does an Underworld with his combined army on this TC, it will go down pretty quick. He just needs to reform, head back home, use Underworld. Should be great. Yeah, he's doing it right now, but he didn't go home. Why would he do that? He was showing his card way too early. Oh no. There's a bunch of Gastrophiles here as well, which would have been very useful on the other side there. Yeah, Striker needs to take out this TC if he has any hopes of getting ahead from the situation. Which will be quite difficult, as there's a lot of defenders here, especially the archer spam is very impressive by Lara here. I wonder if he knows if that he can focus down the Underworld with the archers themselves, rather than just kill the infantry. Looks like the Gastrophiles haven't been put through to the Underworld, and Helipolis are only moving up now. Striker still doesn't have any defenses up there, and it looks like he's not going to be able to take down the town center. There's a lot of archers still for Lara, and it will be enough to defend this, I think. On the other hand, Striker at least has put a stop to this, and he has enough Gastrophiles to kill the towers. But this Underworld has been a huge failure, and it will really show in the resources. Also, to further exacerbate this, Lara has Lightning Storm available. But somehow Striker's economy is still looking good. It's mostly food that he lost, but I do like this composition a little bit more, although it's too heavy on archers. You do want some front line to help kill the Helipolis. Oh, that's so funny, they're chasing Gastrophiles now. They're never gonna catch them. As long as they move, the Gastrophiles are not gonna get hit by the Helipolis. So in these kind of fights, you want to make sure to focus the archers on the units and the Helipolis on the Helipolis, actually. Any melee units that you have in addition can also be focused on the Helipolis to help out. But basically, Helipolis only have 50% crush armor, so you want to use that to your advantage in these situations and maximize their damage potential, basically. Idle one here. But yeah, Lara will have no problems finishing this up, and villagers are still being chased down. This would also be not a too stupid time to start thinking about Lightning Storm. Really, Lara just needs a huge wave of melee units to take care of the Helipolis. And once that happens, Lightning Storm should be able to kill the human units. Oh no, Striker has made so many Peltas. I'm not sure that's good. They're not protected by anything. Oh no, they're just gonna get massacred there. What a waste of resources. Helltats are only good in a very, very isolated scenario. They have 20 range now at least, but still. Whenever you use them, you expose them to meta units. Man, Lara is going absolutely crazy, killing 27 workers this game. But Lara is also running out of resources. He hasn't started gold. He hasn't started food, that's fine. But he needs to start gold, and soon. Has he started the market? Okay. He's starting the market now. He's starting to also move on to gold. But with only 150 population ready to go, I'm not sure he could do a whole lot. And Striker could just garrison into the Helipolis. He's doing it right now. He needs to click it a bit better. But the Helipolis will be tanking most of this Lightning Storm. And thus, it is over. Needs to remember to ungarrison his units though, and maybe not take this specific fight with all these cavalry units here. Okay, he's ungarrisoned now. And he's got more than Lara has. And that should be enough to secure his win. Helipolis also has a secondary attack, which does some pierce damage. It's not much, but it's good against archers at least, who are pretty light. And Striker takes a series here. Doing a little bit of an upset, but I guess he did practice a lot, especially lately. So, well-deserved victory here, even though he botched the underworld a little bit. It's funny. Striker thinks he had no eco, but Lara had even less eco. That's funny. In terms of kills, we are looking at 299 kills for Lara and like 235 for Striker. That's close.